Hi guys, I'm back today with a video on a brand that I have never tried before and eagerly awaiting its arrival because I was super excited about it. So, the brand that I am talking about is Adept Cosmetics, and the palette that I'm talking about is, and I pray that I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but I'm probably not, Ninhydrin? I wish you guys could see how many times I've just tried to say this. It's kind of embarrassing. It's still probably not right. I'm really sorry. But this is what the outside looks like. It definitely gives me Natasha Denona Lila or Lila vibes that, you know, I don't know which way you pronounce it. It's L-I-L-A. I would normally, if I was just reading it, say Lila. I would normally read it Lila, but that's besides the point. So in any case, it does on the outside look a lot like that, but on the inside it is very, very different. That is what is on my eyes right now. I did use quite a few shades, and I've got to say I am feeling it, to be honest with you guys. So this is what the inside looks like. And it has two mattes and the rest are all either shimmers, or I would consider some of them like satins, to be honest, once they're on your eyes. They all look extremely shimmery, but for instance, this shade right here and this shade right here are less shimmery than they appear in the pan. Now, there were a few I did not get a chance to use today, but for a first impression, I want to give you my thoughts. So first things first, this actually arrived much earlier than I thought it was going to. They were really far out with their launches because so many people were into them, which does not shock me at all. I did also pick up the Plain Jane palette, and I guess since you're here and I'm here, I'm going to show you guys. This is what the outside of that looks like. It is so pretty. Like, I really dig the outside of this one. And then the inside of that looks like this. But I have not had a chance to play in this yet, so we're going to just pretend I didn't show you, even though I totally showed you. And I will be coming back with that. In any case, so I actually didn't expect this to be here until maybe July, I think. I was in that pre-order. It's been a hot second, but it surprised me. It's already here. You can't beat that. I love being surprised with something coming early because, it's been a rough one recently, so I will take that. And everything came in good condition. I had no problems. I didn't have a reason to reach out to customer service, so I can't speak to how they are personally because I didn't have to deal with them, which is great. I would much rather not have to deal with customer service, to be real honest with you guys. The cost of this palette right here was $68. The cost of the Plain Jane was $62, which is kind of strange to me so far, but maybe once I play in them a little bit more, I'll have a better answer to that. They have the same amount of shades, but they are different price, and I think that's strange considering this has two matte shades, and that is all, like, specialty kind of shades, supposedly. So, once I dig into that, I'm going to give you my thoughts on that, but for now, this is $68. That makes each shade about $5.50, which is actually still very, very good, if you like the formulation, which for me, I've got to say so far, I actually really do. I think it's nice. But I will also say I did use this palette in conjunction with my Cara Beauty. This is Mind Trap palette, and this is the one that was like crazy bright, but then also kind of pastel at the same time, so it's very strange. And I just used a few shades from this. I used the white shade kind of just to set my base. I used this light lavender and this kind of pinkish purple shade right here. I do have a code with them. It is Jaclyntriesit, so you can save some money if you want to pick this up to like go along with that or anything else. But this is all matte, so keep that in mind. But they are really good. They ship in like 2 days, which is like insanity. So in any case, I want to talk about some of these shades. These, you may notice, a lot of them are very shifty, which you guys probably already know if you watch this channel, but shifty shades make my heart skip beats. So I was very excited to get my hot little hands onto it. And I've got to say, a lot of these shades remind me very much, not in texture, but in how they pay off, of Clionadh. So if you are looking for that kind of vibe, maybe something, you know, in a palette form instead, this might be a really good option for you. And to be honest, I mean, $5.50 as opposed to, you know, sometimes up to $25. I think $25. My Canadian to American is not the best. Gonna be real honest with you. Like, this inner shade, you can't even tell right now, but it actually looks a lot like, I think, Weld or Forge from Clionadh. So, just really interesting. When you guys see the swatches, I think you'll be able to see, oh, if you like Clionadh, you may be able to go, oh, okay, that reminds me of this or that. And it might be a better option to go this route, though I will say Clionadh is gorgeous. And yes, I am still planning on doing a Clionadh video for you guys. I just have not had the chance. I want a really nice sunny day so I can do swatches, not just inside, but outside, because I think it really deserves that. In any case, back to this. I think that they did a beautiful job. I like the colors in this palette, and I didn't know if they would be cohesive together, but now putting them on the eye, I'm going to be eating my words. I think this is beautiful. I think they've done a really nice job here. Now, the texture of a few of these is very strange. This, for instance, right here, and this one right here are kind of like a gritty satin is how they come off. And then a few of these, like this one and this one and this one, are extremely soft, almost like the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. I almost said Cleona again. Cleona, you're doing it. You're the ghost with the most. Anyway, that's what the texture kind of reminds me of for a few of those. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of what they are similar to. The mattes were really good. I mean, the matte that I used was really nice, so I have no issues there. I'm trying to think if it reminds me of something in particular, but for now, I don't. Maybe a little bit of the mattes in the Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. So if you have that, if you've tried that, kind of reminds me of that. Or even the Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels palette as well. So that's something to kind of compare it to. In any case, I want to swatch these for you guys, and then I'm going to do this eye look. If I have time, I'll try and do another eye look with this, because I really want to dive into those green shades, and I kind of want to mix it up with some of these up there. But I don't know if that's going to happen in this video. I am planning to do a very large declutter in the near future. That way I can kind of wrap back around to some of these and do some extra looks with them, because it's time. I want to play with the stuff that I already have. I'm very happy with it. In any case, if you want to see swatches and this look, keep watching. And the palette is called ACM 31. And that's a really nice gray toned purple shade. Next shade is called ACD 18. Sorry, I was like, oh. And that is a really beautiful pink to gold shade. It does also seem to have a slight bit of green to it as well. It definitely reminds me of a Cleona shade that I have. ACI 18. Okay, this is obscure, but every time I'm saying these names and I'm hearing like 18, I'm just thinking of Dragon Ball Z. In any case, this shade, you guys are seeing a mostly red shade, like maybe a reddish orangish shade, but I'm seeing a beautiful kind of gold shifting red shade. It is beautiful. There's definitely a bit of pink to it as well. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Ooh, girl. I am for that. It is ACI 22. So you guys are seeing a very red to orange, maybe a slight hint of the green, and I'm seeing a really greenish gold shade with a bit of the orange. It is so pretty. I just want to make you guys aware, because I actually just recently had this conversation, and I realized I don't think I've ever told you, I never swatch on any kind of base. I don't wet these shades, I don't put down an eyeshadow base. This is just these shades themselves sticking to my arm or not sticking to my arm. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Shade ACM 32. And that's like a really cool kind of khaki, well, it's more greenish, grayish khaki, if that makes sense. The next shade is ACI 19. Nobody's in bed with him. Sorry, I'm talking to my husband about our cat. He's whining outside of the door, and he's very upset that nobody's laying down with him. That's what it is. This is another one that reminds me very, very much of a Cleona shade. So you guys are seeing a bright purple, kind of to pink shade, and I am seeing a gold to green. It is so pretty. I'm hoping when I switch to the low lighting, you guys will be able to see these shifts a little bit better. Next shade is ACI 20. This is another one that reminds me of a Cleona shade. But the texture of the ones that remind me of Cleona are much more like ColourPop Super Shock shadows. But you guys are seeing a blue to purple, and I'm seeing a very purple to kind of a pinkish shade. It is gorgeous. Next shade is ACI 20. That kind of thicker one I was talking about in the video. And it does shift, but it is subtle. And it is sparkly, but it is more of a satin. You know what I'm saying, hopefully. And it is a deep blue with a bit of deep purple to it. Next shade is Ninhydrin. This also reminds me of a Cleona shadow. Oh, it looks totally different in the camera than what I thought it was going to. Okay, for me, from this side, it looks like Opulent. So you guys are seeing a very purple, kind of pinkish purple shade, and I'm seeing like a grayish, goldish, purplish, orangish slightly. It's gorgeous. This is the shade ACI 23. Very much like the one that is right here. So it is that kind of waxy, like satiny shade that's sparkly. And this is like a deep purple that's kind of like bluish and blackish. Like a lovely bruise. I'm just kidding. ACI 24, and I'm truly depressed I did not use the shade today. And you guys are seeing it in all of its glory. Ah, it's like that turquoise to kind of maroonish purple. It is so stunning. The very last shade is called ACI 25. Feels like I'm hitting a hard pan in this, which is strange because of the actual texture. You guys are seeing a very, very green shade, and I'm seeing like a purple, green, brown. It's very strange, but it is a very nice shade. I am really interested in using that on my eye. So this is the whole palette. I ran into my new lights. Aren't they fancy? Ooh, ah. No, seriously though, I really dig those lights. My husband helped me hang them. It took forever. And I am super in love with the whole look of this palette. Oh my starry-eyed surprise. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, so now we are in like the dimmed lighting. So hopefully you guys are able to see the flips in these a little bit easier. Ooh. They are just stunning. Okay, you guys, I'm back and I want to give you my final thoughts. You probably already know what they are, but that's okay. You're here, I'm here, and we're all just going to have a good time because it's makeup. That's what my husband always says. He's like, it's makeup. And it cracks me up. But in any case, so outside of this palette looks like this. It is called the Ninhydrin. I am so sorry, Adept Cosmetics. I have failed you. But in any case, that is what it looks like. And again, it does give me Natasha Denona Lila or Lila vibes, however you want to say it. I'm not trying to throw down out there. The packaging just is like the exact same, almost. Like, it's not quite as big, so that is different. But, I mean, that's the vibes I'm getting here. In any case, the inside is this beautiful kind of mermaid-esque theme. I am, sorry, I'm like flashing this thing all around like, haha, it is beautiful. I think they did a great job with this color story. I do wish almost that it had a couple more mattes, but I'm also at the same time glad it doesn't because I have plenty of mattes I can pull from. I love Makeup Geek, I love my Cara Beauty mattes, I have lots of Sydney Grace mattes, I have enough mattes. I don't need to buy any more mattes. So in fairness, never mind. I rescind that statement. This was $68. That makes each of all of these even special shades about $5.50, and to me that is a steal. You will not pay that kind of cheap price unless you're getting Looksy Beauty, which is also good, and I do like, and I have some shadows to review, and I just have not had a chance to. And so for me, I think that this was a really good deal. I do wish it was the same price as the Plain Jane palette. I feel like that would have been more fair because the other one has more special shades as far as I can tell so far. But I was happy to see that this actually came to me a lot faster than I thought it was going to, so that was always a plus, and I am very excited about it. And I've got to say, I love the look that I came out with. I don't know if I will do one or two for this video, but this one right here, I'm digging. I wish it wasn't really late at night because I feel like I could enjoy this and I won't get to. Essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to leave this room, put on sweatpants, and then walk around all dressed up and be all fancy up top and lazy on the bottom. So it is what it is, and that's just how I roll. I just wanted to let you guys know, you might have noticed it, maybe not actually, but in case you did notice, I'm sorry, I am a little leery of wearing t-shirts right now or even long sleeve shirts because I'm like, ugh, I'm trying to get used to this thing. I just recently got a Freestyle Libra 2, and it monitors my glucose, so in any case, if you see that on my arm, I didn't want you to think there's like, what's stuck to her arm? What's this girl doing? It is just monitoring my blood sugar. I've been having a lot of problems. I don't know if I'm going to be around so much in the near future because I actually have 2 MRIs coming up, both the week of my birthday. My birthday is May 8th, and I have an MRI the 3rd and the 6th. They make me extremely ill, so I cannot promise I'm going to do anything that week, to be really honest with you. I am trying to find out if I have a tumor, and if I do have a tumor, where it is, because it could be on my adrenal, it could be insulinoma, which is on your pancreas, and it could be a pituitary one up in your brain. Or I may not have one, but it's, you know, a lot of my tests are pointing to the fact that there's something there, including my blood sugar problems, because there's not really any other explanation for my problems that I'm having because I eat extremely clean. Every meal I eat is at home. Like my husband and I, we do all the cooking of my food. I can't eat out because of my food allergies as well. So I don't really eat a carb heavy diet. I don't eat sugars. I don't do any of that stuff. So it is interesting that I've been having these problems. So if you guys could maybe, like, keep your fingers crossed, send some good vibes. Hopefully the MRIs don't make me, like, debilitatedly bad, because I swear, like, every time I get them, they make me, like, I feel like I'm dead. I actually told my mom, I was like, I will never get another MRI. I don't care if I'm dying, I will never get an MRI. This is a few years ago, which obviously now I'm eating my words because I feel so bad now that I'm like, okay, I should do it. But I told her, I'm like, I would rather lick a toilet seat in the middle of coronavirus right now than get an MRI. I would rather go out and I would rather lick a cement floor inside of a hospital right now than get an MRI. But it is what it is. It has to be done. So if you guys could throw some good vibes out to your girl here, it would be greatly appreciated because I am going through it a little bit. In any case, I really hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, make sure you leave a comment down below, like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.